Hello everyone, I'm Anuj Jaggi and I'm a legal intern with LEXIS and Company, and the topic for today's video presentation is ILO, that is International Labour Organization and India. So first of all, ILO aims to ensure that it serves the needs of working women and men by bringing together governments, employers and workers to set labour standards, develop policies and devise programs. Further, the ILO helps advance the creation of decent work and the economic and working conditions that give working people and business people a state in lasting peace, prosperity, and progress. Further, the International Labour Organization was founded in 1919 as a corollary of the peace treaties that marked the end of the First World War. ILO was founded in the conviction that the social justice is essential to universal and lasting peace. The only tripartite UN agency since 1919, the ILO brings together governments, employers and workers of 187 member states to set labour standards. Further moving ahead, the history of ILO was just after the wake of the First World War, and further it was created in 1919, and it was founded so that to reflect the belief that universal and lasting peace can be accomplished only if it's based on social justice. The constitution of the ILO, which was drafted in the early 1990s, the Labour Commission chaired by Samuel Gompers. It was composed of representatives from 9 countries, which were Belgium, Cuba, France, Italy, Japan, Poland, UK, and the United States. Further, the process resulted in a tripartite organization, the only one of its kind, bringing together representatives of the government. The founders of the ILO further recognized the importance of social justice in securing peace against a background of the exploitation of workers in the industrializing nations of that time. There was also increasing understanding of the world's economic interdependence and the need for cooperation to obtain similarity of working conditions in countries competing for markets. Further, another topic under this is the preamble of the ILO Constitution states that where universal and lasting peace can be established only if it is based upon social justice. And further, whereas conditions of labor exist involving such injustice, hardship and privation to large numbers of people as to produce unrest so that the peace and the harmony of the worlds are imperiled. Further, also the failure of any nation to adopt humane conditions of labor is considered to be an obstacle under this and the way of other nations which desire to improve the conditions in their own countries as well. The preamble also recognizes a number of key principles, for example, equal remuneration of work, equal value and freedom of association, among others, the importance of vocational and technical education, etc. Its main aims and objectives were to set and promote the standards for fundamental principles and rights of workers at the workplace, create greater opportunities for men and women to work in under decent employers and earn decent income, enhance the coverage and effectiveness of social protection for all, strengthen tripartism and social dialogue. Further, international labour standards are legal instruments drawn up by the ILO constituents, government, employers and workers, and setting out basic principles and rights at work. In many cases, a convention lays down the basic principles to be implemented by ratifying countries, while a related recommendation supplements the convention by providing them with more detailed powers and guidelines on how it should be controlled and to be applied. The various fundamental conventions or the ILO government body has identified were 8 in total, covering subjects that are considered to be as freedom of association and protection of the right, abolition of forced labor convention, worst forms of child labor conventions, etc. So these were the few fundamental conventions under the ILO, and I hope you get the basics of the International Labor Organization, which was the main aspect of today's video presentation. Thank you, everyone.